In this video, we'll see how multi-channel MIDI recording in Cubase 14 works if we are using Ketron event. Let me move this down and explain you what is happening here. What do I have in this project? This is one huge project that has 64 tracks. I have 16 MIDI channels, 16 virtual instruments, and I can show you that. If I just take control, I'm using my Novation, and then I will switch just to template that is going to control my Cubase and show you what is happening in Cubase. Now, first I'm going to show you my configurations. That is configuration number 1, MIDI, configuration number 2, virtual instruments number 3, audio, number 4, that was stereo audio actually, and number 4 I have here my mono audio channels, 16 mono audio channels, and then configuration number 5 I have like my view, start view, where I can see main channels for starting recording, where I have MIDI channels for my arranger keyboard. I am getting idea from arranger keyboard Ketron event. The best arranger presently on market. It has a lot of beautiful features and excellent sound. Only one thing should be improved. It is synchronization with live styles. I think so that Ketron is get to that point when it will work, because it was working with SD90, with many styles of SD90. Now let us see what do I have here. I have my complement track, MIDI tracks 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and 12. With those tracks, I'm controlling my left hand, and I'm recording separately MIDI channels of my left hand, my rhythm section, a complement section, or style. Right side, I have a solo channel number 2, as you can see here, number 2. On this side, I am controlling and playing my right hand and recording melody of right hand. My idea is to get something as a starting point where I want to continue after that to work on my project. So I have synchronization, I have everything. I have here style that I'm using is 16-bit. I am controlling that style from here, from this track, style track. When I go here, I can change any style. As you can see, now I'm changing styles. Now, but I have this one, 16-bit 6, and that style has tempo 17, measure is there ready, and actually I already activated intro. Because I want to start with intro. I want to record intro, and I want intro to go in variation B. Now I will show you what is going to happen. I have all those MIDI channels here, and all of them are filtered because I want to have separate recording on every MIDI channel. If I don't filter them, I will not have separate MIDI recording on each channel. And my channels here that I showed you, they are same numbers on my Ketron. If I go to my Ketron here, if I go to, I will go to menu, and I will go to MIDI. If I go to edit, if I go to receiving MIDI channels, you can see those channels are identical to MIDI channels, sending MIDI channels, they are identical. And now if I go output to utility, you can see my clocking is engaged, a port connection. I'm using recording through USB MIDI port. So if I go to port, you can see that I'm using keyboard. I'm using external keyboard. I'm using controller. With this controller, I can control keyboard, I can control Cubase, I can at the same time, actually, I'm controlling Cubase and keyboard. Just I have to switch from template to template. Presently, I am in template, Cubase template, where I'm controlling Cubase. By pressing here this speed dial button, I am choosing template. And now I have my control template for Cubase, where I can control and see everything that is happening in my Cubase. But now I will switch to my performing mode to control actually Ketron event. And I will press there, and I will go to control Ketron event through MIDI connection. I'm controlling event through MIDI connection, but I am recording through USB connection from Ketron to Cubase, and I am recording my right hand to USB connection. This Novation is connected through USB actually to my computer, and through USB I am recording my right hand. But at the same time I am sending message to event to be controlled through a regular MIDI connection. I need two MIDI connections. One connection is that is going through USB connection from Novation. It is going to my computer to make sure that I'm recording solo section, only solo section. And I have divided my keyboard. I have split. On right side, I am sending messages from Novation to Cubase and to solo section on event through MIDI and through USB port. On left side, I am sending to event messages only through MIDI connection, not through USB, because Ketron is sending messages through USB connection to Cubase. So that's why I can record everything that is happening through USB connection on computer and control on computer, because all that part of command goes through USB connection between event and computer. But sorry, I have my effect on because I want to have it when I'm recording. That's why I kept it like that. It's not dry sound. So, but my control from event, from left side of Novation, goes to event through MIDI connection, and it stops there. It stops, so I'm controlling left side of my keyboard of Novation connected to event, and I'm controlling style only between Novation and event. But everything that is happening in computer is controlled between event and computer through USB connection. So USB and MIDI, they are separated. On that way I can manipulate very well with everything, and you will see my recording is going to be perfect. No problems, no freezing, no anything that is strange. Everything goes very well, and I can just focus on my project and work on my project. Now, what I'm going to play, I don't know. I am going to play something simple just to give you idea what is going to happen exactly on my project. So everything is engaged. Now, I have key start button engaged because I don't want, when I choose intro, Ketron to start to play right away. And I don't want to press any key, because if I press key, it will play. Now, but I will engage. Look at that. Now, I'm going to engage. Now, intro. And this key start is stopping intro. If I don't have this, now it will start to play right away, even if that synchronization is established between Cubase and event. Now, I have synchro on. I have everything. When I press Cubase playing or recording, Cubase will start my project. It will start Ketron, and I am going to be ready to record. I have pre-count, because that pre-count is make sure that when it pre-count, that synchronization, it will already start to establish synchronization even before Ketron start to play, and then my first measure is going to be synchronized. If I don't have pre-count, my first measure is not going to be synchronized perfectly well. So everything is very important in this phase of recording if you are using Ketron event. Now, so I have my chord that is chosen. It is going to be G major, and I have engaged intro, and I have start. Now I want to do recording. Don't press keyboard, just press recording. I can press it now here on my computer keyboard, or I can use CC121, but now it's off. So at this moment, I'm using controller for live control, performing of event and sending messages to event and recording. As you can see, I have recording in separate MIDI channels. I can stop my Cubase now. I can deactivate key start. I don't need any more key start. I don't want start keyboard by accident by pressing keys. In this case, nothing is happening when I press keys. And now I want to listen to my recording. I did record vocal part. I could sing as well, and I can record singing. But presently, what is happening? I am recording this video to you, and everything is recording what is happening on this channel. Because I am in live mode with my UAD console. I am in live mode. I should be in studio mode if I want to work in studio, but since I'm recording this video to you with OBS, I have to be in my special live mode to make sure that my attached Focusrite, what is that? Claret 8. I have 8 channels. In those channels, separate channels that are connected through added connection to my Apollo 4, I am getting 12 channels, and now my keyboard Ketron is connected through Focusrite. So that's why I have to make sure that I am in special mode in setting. If I want to do OBS recording or studio recording, I have to change. I have different kind of settings for that. Now let us see how it works actually. I will just disengage this recording. Now I will go mute this. We don't need this part. And now if I want to continue with my project and listen to my project, I have to go to menu. I have to go to my MIDI, utility, and disengage clocking. Everything I will keep the same. And now we want to listen my recording. We want to see what is happening here. Now I can change this instrument. I can choose sound that I want to choose. I have total control. So you can see that Ketron, with all MIDI styles that you have here inside of Ketron, they are working perfectly well. They are synchronized perfectly well. Everything is working. You can now continue with your work. If you just cut any of those pieces, now you can just go and cut any of those pieces. You can move it, then you can make copy of some of those pieces if you want to copy that part to play again, that you can make it like this. So you can do whatever you want to do. Now with this project, you can open every track. You can see what is happening in track. Sometimes, because of timing, when you change chords, you have problem with some parts. You may get some unwanted notes, like here. Look, I'll show you that here on this point. You can see here I have some notes. Okay, that one. So when I change chord, and on this part I can show you as well here. I guess so you are able to see. Let me go. Okay, I can make it bigger for you to make sure that you can see that. Now you can see you have some notes that you unwanted note, because when you change, sometimes you don't change your hand on time, but you can very easily get rid of this. Just select all, go to MIDI, go to function, and delete notes, and you can put length of the note, and look at it. When I press, those notes will disappear here. Delete notes, no notes anymore. And now I can just quick quantize, and look at that. Everything is perfectly well played, and I got rid of things. Same thing like bass guitar here. Look at, I have in bass guitar here some problem in some chord progression changes. I have some unwanted notes here, then I have here, then I have here, and I just go and press select all, and I again go to my MIDI functions. I go to my delete notes. I can delete double if I have double note. If I delete notes, I got rid of those notes. And now if I press quantize, I can quantize my bass guitar. And now if I play, I can listen every track, and I can now work with my instruments. I can change type of instrument. If I go to my voices, if I go to pads, look at that now. Or if I go to ensemble, I can change anything, whatever I want to change, I can do so. But now, why is good to have this MIDI recording? MIDI recording is recording of messaging. You have messages that are now, it is sending messages to my Ketron, and Ketron is playing. I can manipulate, change tempo, change instrument, change key. I can do whatever I want. Look at that now. If this song that I made, for example, now is some key that doesn't fit very well for my singer, or I want to change the key, I will just press select all, and I change the key for whole song, except drums. You don't change key, drums key. Mapping should be same. Now I will play that song again. Different key. That is beauty of MIDI recording in separate channels. You change tempo. Now look at that. I can go and change tempo. I can put it on 85. And now tempo is changed, and now I'm playing. So I can change tempo, I can change instruments, I can change key, I can cut, paste, I can edit, I can do whatever I want to do here on very efficient way, very fast, and when I am done, I will get my song. And that is how it works in studio recording if you are using Arranger keyboard. And why it is good to use Arranger keyboard? You have a lot of styles, and then you can use those styles and you can get idea. They can give you inspiration to make some song, to compose something, to make something. And when you have something, when you are ready, then I will just close this. I don't want to save this because I will delete this. And now I am going to call my project. I already started the project and I have already recorded parts what I want to use for my song that I composed. There is singing, there is everything. I don't want to play this because it is new song that I made, and that song I'm going to offer to somebody. Okay, so that is idea. I put just idea here. It is just my starting point. And I want to say that Ketron is instrument that has a lot of possibilities. MIDI works very well. Everything that you want to do, you can do very fast, efficient way. Only thing now that are missing is to control synchronization for lifestyles. And I already talked to Ketron about that. They will work very hard. They will try to do the best to make it to work like it was working in SD90. In half of style in SD90, we had opportunity to control on the same way like we control virtual instruments when we have loops. On the same way works on SD90. Somehow with Event still it doesn't work, but in future hopefully it will work on same way. Like they already know what they did with SD90, they should just put it exactly in Event X. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully this video will help many of you to know how it works, but it works on the same way with Korg or with Yamaha Genos. I mean, it is same idea, just different settings and different way of connections. So if you are working with Ketron Event keyboard, it will be different from Ketron Event X. It will be easier to work with keyboard, but it will be less efficient than work with controller, because controller has a lot of controls that keyboard doesn't have. Separate controls, like in my case, I'm separately controlling messages that I'm sending to Event and then messages that I'm sending between Event and Cubase. And then I'm controlling a right side where I can at the same time send messages separately to Event and separately I can send to Cubase through different kind of connection, through USB and through MIDI connections. And Event has USB and 2 MIDI connections. Plenty of possibility to manipulate, and this Novation has a lot of connections. It has actually USB and 2 MIDI connections with 3 ports, and USB has 2 ports and MIDI has 2 ports, so actually many possibility, and port is way through which way you are sending messaging. And if you want to work very fast, you must have templates. I have templates for Event, I have templates for Cubase, I have templates for Novation. Control Novation in Cubase, that is one template that I'm using. As you can see, when I just choose that template in a matter of seconds, I am already here. And I can now actually do control of my Cubase directly from Novation. But if I just switch to another template, I'm controlling keyboard. If I switch to another template, I'm controlling another keyboard, Roland VK7 or Roland VK8M or any of another keyboards that I have here, and you can have up to 32 controls of 32 different instruments or virtual instruments or templates. So if you want to do control of virtual instruments, then you have just to make template to control virtual instruments. You can separately control each of them, or you can control main controls, like quick controls, right inside of template that you are using to control your Cubase. Oh, that is a lot of informations. So thank you very much one more time, and see you in my next video. All the best to you.